Hi, dear listeners. Welcome to our podcast for English learning. I'm Alexa.
And I'm Alex. Today, we're going to talk about the impact of using mobile phones for a long time in our daily lives. Let's get started.
Mobile phones are a big part of our lives now. We use them every day for many hours, but too much use can be bad for our health. It can make our eyes tired and give us headaches. Sometimes we forget to take breaks. Do you agree, Alex?
Yes, Alexa, I agree. Long mobile use also affects our sleep. Many people look at their phones before bed, and the bright screen keeps them awake. It is better to stop using phones at least an hour before sleep to get a good night's rest.
That's a good tip, Alex. Another problem is that using phones for too long can hurt our necks. People bend their heads to look at the screen, and this can cause pain in the neck and shoulders. We should try to sit up straight when using our phones.
You're right, Alexa. Not only does it hurt the neck, but long phone use can also make people less active. Instead of going outside or exercising, people sit and use their phones for hours. This is not good for our bodies or health.
Oh yeah, staying active is very important. Also, long mobile use can make it hard to focus. When we check our phones often, we cannot focus on studying or working. It is better to turn off notifications and focus on one thing at a time.
That's a great idea, Alexa. Another issue is how mobile phones affect our relationships. Sometimes people spend more time on their phones than talking to friends or family. This can make them feel lonely, even when they are with others.
Exactly, Alex. It is important to put the phone down when we are with people. Talking and spending time with friends and family is more valuable. It's good to set limits on mobile use so we can enjoy real-life moments.
Yes, setting limits is key. Another thing to think about is social media. Using social media for a long time can make people compare their lives with others, and that can lead to feeling unhappy or anxious. It's important to remember that what we see online is not always real.
That's true, Alex. Many people post only the good parts of their lives on social media, and it's easy to forget that everyone has problems. It's better to spend less time on social media and focus on things that make us happy in real life.
I agree, Alexa. Also, some people use their phones too much while walking or driving. This can be very dangerous. We should always pay attention to our surroundings and not use our phones when walking on busy streets or driving a car.
Yes, safety is very important. Phones are useful, but they can also be distracting. We need to use them wisely and not let them take over our lives. Taking regular breaks from phones is a good idea.
Absolutely, Alexa. We can try simple things like setting a timer to remind us to take breaks or even putting our phones away for a few hours each day. This helps us relax and stay focused on other important tasks.
That's a helpful tip, Alex. And we can also use our phones in a good way, like learning something new, listening to English podcasts, or reading books. It's all about using them for the right reasons.
Yes, Alexa, using phones for learning is great, but as we said before, balance is the key. We should enjoy using our phones but not let them control us. Taking time to be with friends, read, or go outside is very important too.
Another issue with using phones for a long time is eye strain. Staring at the screen for hours can make your eyes tired and dry. The blue light from the screen can also make it harder to focus. A good way to help is by using the 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds.
That's a great tip, Alexa. Eye strain is common for many people, especially those who use their phones for work or study. Another good idea is to adjust the brightness of the screen. Keeping it to bright can hurt your eyes, but if you lower it, your eyes will feel more comfortable, especially in the evening.
Yes, adjusting the brightness can help a lot. Another thing to consider is how long phone use can impact our posture. When we lean forward to look at our phones, it puts pressure on the spine. Over time, this can cause back pain. It's important to sit properly and take breaks to stretch.
You're right, Alexa, and it's not just posture. Long phone use can also make people more stressed. Constant notifications and messages can make it hard to relax. It's a good idea to turn off non-important notifications, especially when you're trying to focus or have some quiet time.
I completely agree. Alex, a lot of people don't realize how much stress comes from always being connected. It's okay to disconnect for a while, especially before going to bed. Research shows that using phones late at night can lead to poor sleep, which makes people tired the next day.
Yes, a good night's sleep is very important for our health. Another point is that phones can distract us during important moments. For example, during a meal or in a meeting, we often check our phones instead of focusing on the conversation. It's better to put the phone away and be present.
That's a very important point, Alex. Being present in the moment is something we should all try to do more. It makes us more connected to the people around us. Also, sometimes people feel anxious if they don't have their phones nearby. This shows that it's important to take breaks and not rely too much on them.
Absolutely, Alexa. This fear of being without a phone is called nomophobia. It's important to remind ourselves that we don't need to be on our phones all the time. Taking some time away from the screen can help improve our mood and mental health, making us feel more relaxed.
Yes, I've heard about nomophobia. It's a real problem for some people. But, like you said, Alex, we can manage it by taking breaks and spending time doing other things we enjoy. Whether it's reading a book, going for a walk, or talking with friends, it's healthy to step away from our phones.
I agree. Alexa, in the end, the key is balance. Phones are useful tools, but too much use can cause problems for our health and relationships. It's important to enjoy the benefits of technology while also making sure we live in the moment and take care of ourselves.
Another issue with long phone use is how it can affect creativity. When we spend too much time on our phones, we often consume content instead of creating. This can block our minds from thinking of new ideas or solving problems creatively. It's good to spend time offline to let our imagination grow.
That's a great point, Alexa. When we're constantly on our phones, we may miss opportunities to be creative. For example, instead of spending hours on social media, we could try drawing, writing, or learning a new skill. These activities help our brains stay active in a different way and can be more rewarding.
Exactly, Alex. And speaking of social media, spending too much time on it can make people feel anxious or sad. Seeing perfect photos or stories of others can make us feel like we aren't doing enough. But we need to remember that social media isn't always real life. It's important to take breaks from it.
Yes, Alexa, social media often shows only the best parts of people's lives, and comparing ourselves to that can be unhealthy. A good idea is to limit how much time we spend on these apps. We can set daily time limits and remind ourselves that life offline is just as important, if not more.
That's a smart idea, Alex. Another thing to consider is how long phone use can affect our attention span. When we constantly switch between apps or check notifications, our minds get used to short bursts of focus. Over time, this can make it harder to concentrate on tasks that require more time and effort.
I agree, Alexa. This is called multitasking, and while it seems like we're doing more, we're actually less productive. Focusing on one thing at a time can help us do it better and faster. It's important to reduce distractions and put our phones away when we need to focus.
Absolutely, Alex. And long phone use can also impact how we communicate. We often text or send messages instead of talking face to face. While this is convenient, it's important to practice real conversations too. Talking in person helps us build stronger relationships and understand each other better.
That's true. Alexa, texting can sometimes lead to misunderstandings because we can't hear the other person's tone or see their facial expressions. Real conversations allow us to connect more deeply. So, it's a good idea to balance texting with talking in person when possible.
Yes, personal connections are very important. Another impact of long phone use is that it can make people feel more isolated. Even though we're always connected through our phones, sometimes we forget to interact with the people around us. Spending time with friends and family face-to-face is essential.
I completely agree. Alexa, phones give us great tools for communication, but nothing replaces quality time with others. It's all about finding balance. We can use our phones to stay in touch, but also make sure to enjoy moments without screens, like having a meal together or going for a walk. Yes, Alexa, it's all about using technology wisely while also taking care of our health and relationships. Thanks for listening, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe for more English learning podcasts.
And remember to take breaks from your phone and practice your English. Bye for now.